Yeah, I'm on my own. I don't need no one. I don't.
What is up, guys? It has arrived. The Kooz Mototech Pro 72 volt, 8,000 watt, 35 amp hour electric dirt bike on 19 by 16 tires in red. They also come in white and gray, but both of those were on back order, so I had the company ship me out the red one because this one was readily available. And then they all have these fake carbon airflow vents for the controller, because the controller is not here like on other e-bikes. That's just like a vent for cooling, I guess. Pretty much just aesthetics. The controller is actually right under here, which is pretty nice, so keeps it nice and cool. And then you have your 72 volt 35 amp hour battery. It'll come with these mounts in a little plastic bag, but they'll have them bolted in, and then you can just unscrew these four by hand, remove the quick release battery connector, and then this whole thing will just slide out. It'll only come out this way. You got the rails on this side, and then it has a handle too, which is nice. Pretty beefy chain. I believe it's a 420 chain, same as the Talaria XXX. This thing's a little bit heavier. I think it's around 150, 160 pounds, something like that. Very nice shock on the rear, and then the front suspension is also pretty nice. I like that they went with the gold forks on it versus just black or gray, so that looks pretty nice. Then you have your 8,000 watt motor peak, and this would be your charge port. But yeah, the suspension is, other than the, I believe the compression is the only thing you can adjust on that. And then yeah, other than that, I have done a couple things to the bike. So they do have hobby wing controllers, and they are fully tunable and adjustable. So what I've done so far is went to the current parameter, and I adjusted the phase current limit from 340 amps, bumped it up to 390 amps, and then I bumped the bus current limit in amps up to 150 from 100. So we are pushing more power out of the motor, and we are pulling a lot more power from the battery. And then I also adjusted the throttle response. I switched it from standard up to sports. And then there's another setting that was, I believe it's 3 gear settings. So you just change the top speed limit of the third gear up to, I don't remember what it was. I think it was like 120 kilometers per hour. I just bumped it to 150 so to get the max speed out of the bike. So that's pretty much all the tuning I've done so far. And it's made like a ton of difference with the amount of torque on the low end. I did lose a couple miles per hour of top speed. I believe when I first got the bike I was hitting like 56-ish, and now I'm hitting like around 53, 54. Don't have too much voltage tag, but, and then the pegs that come with it are pretty nice too. A lot wider than the ones that come out of the Talaria. They got nice spikes too. Single piston rear. Looks like motorcycle grade or scooter grade brakes in the rear. And these are DOT versus the Talaria has the mineral oil. I don't know if it's DOT or 3 or 4. I believe it's, I'm gonna say 4. And then 2 pistons, same thing in the front. 2 pistons in the front, and then 1 in the rear. Very nice thick rotors, unlike the bicycle ones on the Talaria. This one also does not have a belt or and it's not just straight up hooked up to the motor, so it has its own transmission, so you can have gear oil in there. And be very careful because the aluminum fill cap is very brittle, so if you over tighten it, it'll just snap off, and then you have to figure out a way to get it out. So I actually took mine out. Mine snapped, and then I put this is an M8 1.0 10 millimeter, and then I've got the same M8 1.0 nut on there as a spacer, and then I just have the standard crush washer on there. Very nice kickstand, super long. You just have your gauge cluster here. We're showing at 81.8 volts. jump into 7. Full charge is 84, and then I believe empty is 58. And then it does come with, I had to move a couple things around. So before the display was over here, and the brake caliper was over here, the mount. So the brake was way up here, so I had to move it over here because I like to just grab it with one finger for wheelies and whatnot. And then same thing with this one. Had to slide this over a little bit, just make minor adjustments. And then it does have a kill switch. So this is just magnetic. That'll have to be on, and I just hooked it up to the key, so you can turn the key, take it out, and it'll turn off. So pretty nice to have. Other than that, oh, it does come with a little mud guard too down here, which I wish they had it attached somehow at the bottom, because every time you roll it backwards, it'll just make kind of a rubbing noise on it. Unless I'm doing it wrong, it should be like this or something. No, because then it'll still get on the shock, so it kind of defeats the purpose. Or maybe that is right. Maybe I'll keep it like that. That doesn't look too bad. I'm sure it'll just flap out though. We'll see, I guess. But yeah, I normally just leave it down like that. But yeah, you can see the transmissions there, and then motor. So yeah, let's jump on this thing and give her a rip. So you always start in park, and then you have mode 1, 2, and 3, and then you have your voltage. I believe time on the battery, so I've been out for 20 minutes just with the bike on. 64 miles on the odometer, and then a little trip meter. Pretty cool. So we're gonna head north and have some fun with this thing. Riding on some freshly cut grass. But this thing has so much power that it'll literally just bunny hop itself. So just with a little flick of the throttle. See if we'll drop her down to mode 2. Give her a little wheelie here. See if we can get her up. Oh yeah, she'll come right up. A little bit different with the 19 in the front, and I can feel there's a lot more weight in the front. Let's try a little speed test and see how much the voltage drops. So we're at 80. Drop all the way down to 67, so that's pretty dramatic at full throttle. So I might have to, that means that the battery's struggling a little bit to push out those bus amps on the current. So we might have to drop that, but we can keep the phase amps maxed at 390. That'll be fine. Maybe I'm just gonna play around with the bus amps and figure it out from there. But I do love how much low end torque this thing has with that 150 amp pull on the bus from the battery. So I might just leave it, because this is going to be like a stock cruiser bike. Beautiful lakefront. It's around 50 degrees today here in Chicago. Beautiful day to go for a ride. In the street and get off the bike trail. It looks like they're setting up for something over here. See when these cars go by. Waiting for a red light up here, and then we'll head north. Oh yeah, this thing's gonna be a lot of fun. So yeah, not too comfortable on it, so I don't want to throw it too far back. Plus I got a lot of gear with me. I got my a tarp and a bike lock and a backpack with the charger and everything. But we'll do a little range test here. I'm gonna be just kind of ripping it a few miles north. Gonna head to Montrose Beach, and then we'll charge up over there again. I don't know if I can cut through this way. We'll see. Maybe I'll go one block down, cruise up. is it's a short throttle, so I might need to get either just get used to it or get a different throttle for it. Because the Tolaria one had a large, long band of different amounts of torque, or maybe this one's very sensitive. So, but the bike sounds great when you rip it. So much power, dude. Update on the Rogers Park house. Just had an expedited survey done, so it took about a week. Came out good, so the architect's checking it out, making sure everything's good. Everything looks good so far, so it'll be 2 months for the permits and then 4 or 5 months for them to build it, which should be sweet. And then I'll have my garage back full of Emotos. Little jumps over here. The suspension on this thing is amazing though. You can't feel anything. Just fly off of curves, dude. Oh, also this, I was curious before I bought it, but I did figure out this bike does have adjustable regen, 3 levels. And I believe it has a slight regen, just as is with it off. It's called electronic braking assist, so it'll be EBS, the EBS setting. And they have different parameters for it. I tried turning it on just the lowest setting, and it was like a ridiculous pullback, but my chain's still really tight from the factory. So maybe once it loosens up a little bit, it won't be as noticeable, but I mean it's super strong regen. I just didn't want to turn it on because I'm bumping all the amps up, so I didn't want it to overheat the motor. But it does have adjustable regen. If you guys were curious about that, so definitely has it. It's not like the Tolaria where you can just click it on and click it off. You'll have to set it on the app and then turn it on and turn it off to different settings and then just play with it. So, but better than not having it. So, good thing. We're getting a little bit of charge going down the hill, but then it drops right off. So maybe not. We might just take the lakefront trail. It's so nice out today. Plus there's a lot of traffic. It's around, I believe it's like 6:30, 7:30, something like that. A lot of cars out. Oh yeah. Starting to get a feel for it. I was gonna wear the helmet cam right now. You guys are you're strapped to my little shoulder mount with the Insta. Still rocking the X4. So hopefully it's picking up the footage pretty good for you. But the seat is super nice, so long. You can definitely fit a second person on the back. I rode with my sister a couple days ago over to Costco to pick up some flowers for Mother's Day, and she loved it. And then I took my daughter to gymnastics on it, but she'll sit in the front. That way she can hold on to the little bars here. I gotta get her like those little kid bars that she can actually hold on to. Man, there's a ton of glass out here today. But yeah, first real ride, I was just cruising around the neighborhood, so I haven't gotten a chance to get out on this thing and enjoy it at all. Brakes feel really good though too. I don't know if I'll upgrade them. Not much you need to upgrade on this thing other than maybe the brakes and the throttle. And then it'll come with a 6 amp charger, so it's not too bad. Charges up pretty quick. It does have a little fan in it to cool it down. It never gets too hot like the Segways do. I'll jump off at North Avenue up here, hop in the street for a little bit, because it is chilly by the lake over here. But no lights on this thing, so you got no horn, straight up dirt bike. You got no brake light, no headlight, which kind of sucks at night, but I mean, it's a dirt bike, so. But I do like the little display on here, it's pretty nice. I don't know how accurate it is. Still showing me at full bars too. It's got a little battery bar section. I just go by the volt, so this thing will only charge up to like 83 and a half anyway, so. But it should have plenty of range at 72 volts, so we'll cut under here and like to see how this thing does in the dirt. Got a lot of trails out in Michigan City, so might have to take it on the South Shoreline train out there, or throw it on the back of the car on that little trailer. Did really want the white one, but the red's kind of growing on me. It's almost like, it feels like a size of like a 150cc dirt bike, so it is like full size, especially with the 1916 setup we got on it. Did want the 1714, but that would have a lot more torque too. Here's some grass we can rip in. Whoa! Thing just eats, dude, all day. Holy crap. It's almost too much power for the grass. A little bit bumpy though, because I got the tires maxed out at both of them at 32 psi, just because I wanted to do some wheelies on the knobbies and see what it felt like. As always, we got the Sport Crocs on. No other way to ride. We'll stop here. Nope. No stopping. Oh my god, dude, this thing is so much fun. Alright, right there we hit 50. The volts aren't dropping too bad. It's like it's a healthy sag. Maybe if you're like too low down on the power band, it'll pull too much from it just to get it going. Once you get your RPMs going, though, it's decent. 10 voltage or anywhere from 5 to 10 volts on a sag is fine. 10 to 15, and that's a little rough on your cells. So we might just keep the tune like this. It feels pretty good to me. I gotta tighten my helmet though. It's about to fly off my head here. much fun. Maybe we'll cruise up to my lot in Rogers Park, and check out I wanted to go look at the park out there. It's got so it's right on the golf course, and then there's a huge park that's connected to it, so it'll be an awesome place to just cruise around and have fun. So maybe we'll cruise up there. It's right by right off Loyola, so I know where it's at. See if we can find some cool charting spots up there before it gets too dark. Might have to jump back over the trail. Let's see. I'm gonna tighten my helmet real quick though while I got a chance here. But so far, very happy with this bike and the customer service and the shipping. Took about anywhere from there was a delay. It was stuck in California with Maersk. I think they're their shipper or their carrier that they use, and then they'll have it like an LTL box truck with a liftgate come in, deliver it to your door for an extra $30, which is definitely worth it because these things are very heavy in the box. You do not want to be lifting this thing out of a truck yourself. But maybe if you got your buddy or if you have a dock, they can just roll it out with a pallet jack. Cruise over to the conservatory here. Yeah, if you guys are on the edge, the fence about getting this thing, I would just get it. This thing is sweet for the amount of money. Versus now Talarias are like anywhere from I think they're around, like the cheapest one is like $4,200 now with shipping and tax, and most of them are out of stock. So from Lunicycle, this thing you're getting more power, 5 less amp hours, but you're getting the 72 volt. I mean, obviously it's a different kind of bike. It's got a steel frame versus the aluminum, so it's a little bit heavier. But I don't know. I really like it so far. Especially when I get the, I think I'm going to throw a 17 or maybe another 16 on the front, and then throw some supermotos on this bad boy. See what they can do. Oh, that warm wind, I feel it. Feels good. See if you do a little wheelie on the turn. Oh yeah. Turn wheelies are the best. Way more fun than just wheeling in a straight line. Still not too confident throwing this thing too hard back. Just trying to find the balance point again. But we will find it. Oh, and also I forgot to tell you guys, so it does have the brake sensors in. I'll pull over real quick and show you guys up here. That's how I'm able to wheelie, obviously. Otherwise it would be cutting the throttle every time you pull the brake. Let me show that to you real quick. It's super simple. A little curb hop here. So it has two. I left the one on the front on. They are these little buttons right here. I don't know if you can see that. So these little sensors, and they're plugged in. All of these also are quick connect unplugged. So if you want to switch your throttle, there's like a universal one. You can literally just plug it right in. So super nice. Here is the other one on this side. I just took it completely off, so it's gone. But here's the little the plug for it. So I might have to put some tape on that or something because it keeps flopping around. Or maybe I'll just cut the wire. It's not needed. I don't know. We're at Diversity Harbor here. Gonna keep heading north to we're gonna hit Montrose, and then from there head a little bit further north to Loyola Beach. I think we'll just take this street though. I like the street over the bike trail. Took my parking spot, dude. Man, that back wheel just kind of gets under you. A little weird, flopping sideways, so maybe it's just the backpack in my seat position. A little bit chilly. My gloves are ripping. I need new gloves. Just the fingers. It's actually kind of nice though, because then I can, these touch pads never work for me, so I can actually use my real finger to touch my phone. This thing's kind of cool though, the little pad they have up here. You could throw like a speaker on here and just zip tie it, or it's got room for like if you did want to mount a headlight, you could wire it up. See how far we've gone. 40-minute ride so far. We've gone 7 miles, and it looks like we have dropped only from 83 to, let's see, without the sag. So we've lost about 3 volts for how many miles? 3 volts for 7 miles. So let's say, I don't know. We'll do the math later. We'll let it get up to 10 miles and see how many volts we've lost. But I mean, so far range seems pretty good to me, and I'm kind of ripping on it, on and off. Not going full speed, we're going at moderate pace, but feeling in good breeze. Breaking it in, and then for the gear oil, you're gonna want to change it every, I would say after the first like 100 miles. I just changed it out of the box because I don't trust the Chinese oil that they put in these things. But after the first 100 miles, and then I do like every 500 after that, just to be safe. But gear oil pretty much lasts forever, so after the break-in period, you're pretty much good. Definitely got to get some supermotos on this thing. Pull it up, it'll just fly up on you. It's got that much power. Super nice. See if we got an underpass here so we can get over to the bike trail again. sun is going down and it is getting cold. Little baby stoppy there. Whew. We'll jump over here, get back onto the trail, keep heading north. Yeah, very happy with the range so far. So, still showing around 80 volts. 8.6 miles. So let's say around 3 volts per, or 3 miles per volt, something like that, 3-4 miles per volt. I want to rip it up this big hill over here. Oh, dude. Jesus. Almost launched out from under me. All right, we're about to rip this hill. Here we go. Skid her out a little bit. That's what this thing's for. Ripping up the freaking mountains. Might have to hit that again on the way back. That was too much fun. Oop, going the wrong way. Especially if you put your weight all the way to the back, the rear tire just sticks and grips the grass so nice. Pretty bumpy though. All the grass is dirt's all hard, so pretty good. Somebody is cooking, having a barbecue. Try throwing it into gear too, see if that stops me from picking up so much speed. And really help with a little throttle control until I get used to it. Oh, there we go. I felt it a little bit there. A little further back and I think we'd have it. So we're getting closer. Came up sideways. That's the thing, you can't pull too hard or have your arms bent, otherwise it'll like throw the wheel off to the side. There it is. There it is, but a little shaky on the way down. I think my front axle might be a little bit too tight, so the front wheel slows down. Might have to loosen it up a little bit. It's not like it's going anywhere. But yeah, gear 2 feels a lot better. A lot more sustainable as far as power and torque. So gear 3 is a little like ridiculous. See if we can cut over to the bike trail here. And then we'll take it all the way to Sheridan. Literally just cleaned and waxed the chain. So not trying to get a whole lot of sand on it again. But we are near the beach, so this thing's got a ton of chain guards too, so it's not as easy to clean as the Triple X was. Trying to think if there's anything else I can tell you about this thing, but I mean it's a whole lot of fun. Obviously the brakes can be upgraded, but that might be all this thing needs. And maybe the Supermotos. Feeling that balance point now, getting a little bit more comfortable. Let's see. All right, yeah, we jump off here, end of Lakeshore. Might have to jump on my map, see if I remember how to get there. Good range test for this thing though. I mean, it's still showing 79 volts. This is Sheridan, so I believe, oh yeah, gotta go right first and then take the Loyola. Ton of traffic. Hop back on the road here. seat versus the Triple X. This one's a lot longer and wider, so you can ride it for a long time. Woo! It's getting cold though. I don't know if I'll be able to make it. We're gonna try to make it to the little park that'll be across the street from my house, and I'll cut the video and I'll head back to Montrose Beach and charge up at the dock station. Wide bars. We got wide handlebars. For me though, the removable battery on this thing, how easy it is to unscrew those little 4 bolts and just grab the battery out, versus the Triple X, you gotta take off the entire rear suspension, the coil. So super nice for like winter time when you need to store this thing, throw the bike in the garage, or make it light enough to carry into your house. So super nice. Sure, we're still rolling. It's gonna be a long one, boys. But this is the journey. It would be like hours long, I think, if we did a full range test, because we're still showing at 78. Started at 83.5, so we're down 5 volts with 12 miles. On the trip meter. Yeah, that 16 in the rear, it just has this a very small balance point, so it's hard to catch it. Get a little scared and go too far back. So I just pulled the brake and bring her down. But I'll get used to it. See if we can cut over here. Uh-oh. We should be good. A few more locks up and then we were getting close. So it's about 2 miles from the lake. But not too far. Riding distance. Beautiful neighborhood though. Lots of good people over here. Got some buddies that live in Edgewater, so not too far. It's right in the middle of Edgewater and Rogers Park area. But it's technically still Rogers Park. Alright, we hit Ridge. We got our gas station, McDonald's right there. So we're gonna take Ridge, I believe, to Damon or so. It's right by this like electrical company. A lot of industrial buildings over here, so, and then multi-unit apartments. Tried in gear 3 at 23 miles an hour. A little bit sketchy, not used to the power. It does come up super easy at 30, so I'm happy with that. When I get used to it, I'll be much more comfortable. Cermak Fresh Market right here. That'll be nice. There's the S&C Electrical Company. And I believe we just go left here and then you can check out the little park area / golf course they have over there. Here's Columbia. No, I think we just go a block south from here. Maybe down this one way? Let's see. Alright, yeah, so here we go on Sealy. I know where I'm at now. Here's the lot that was just surveyed, so we'll even have a little ramp here to hit jumps on. So we'll be building a single family home here, 2 stories with a basement, and then have a garage in the back. Have a little driveway access. Slab's a little ripped up though, but it should be pretty sweet. So let's go check out the park over here, which will be right across the street. Well, there's even a little hangout spot there too, which is cool. Some picnic chairs. Entrance to the park here. Nice grass. Perfect spot for a hammock. Ah, I see, okay. So it wraps around the golf course. The little walking trail. Do a little rip around the park and then head back to Montrose. Charge up a little bit. Whew. I think I've been here before when I bought the yeah, this is the same park I bought the Urban Arrow from. Some dude on a Facebook Marketplace. So we're not going to explore this park. I already know what is here. We'll just head back towards Montrose. But thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for more content on the Kooz. If there's anything you guys want to see or know about this bike, just let me know. Drop it in the comments. And I'll try to make a video on it for you with the tuning and whatnot once I get the hang of it. But I think I got it down pretty much, so appreciate you guys. Catch you in the next one. Peace.